Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will discuss about one of the topics in macroeconomics, that's aggregate demand and related concepts. It is the name of the topic. Before going through that, we are going to understand what do you mean by aggregate demand. Aggregate demand का मतलब क्या होता है? देखिए, इकोनॉमी के अंदर 4 सेक्टर्स होते हैं. Since we are aware about it, there are 4 sectors present in any economic system, and they are household, that's firm, that's government, and the 4th is foreign sector. This is, you must have also gone through this in the first chapter of macroeconomics, that circular flow of the national income is a 2-sector model, 3-sector model, and 4-sector model. In 4-sector model, we have got 4 sectors. The name is household, another one is firm, then is government, and the 4th one is foreign sector. All the 4 sectors are going to purchase different goods and services during one accounting year. एक साल के अंदर ये जो इकोनॉमी के अंदर 4 सेक्टर्स है, ये कितना गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज परचेज करने वाले हैं या कितना पैसा ये खर्च करने वाले हैं डिफरेंट गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज के ऊपर एक साल में, दैट्स एग्रीगेट डिमांड. हाउस होल्ड भी कुछ खरीदेगा, फर्म भी कुछ खरीदेगी, गवर्नमेंट भी एक्सपेंडिचर करेगा और फॉरेन सेक्टर में से इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट होता जाएगा. ये जो 4 सेक्टर्स है, ये चारों के चारों सेक्टर्स कितना एक्सपेंसेस करने वाले हैं किसके ऊपर, ऑन डिफरेंट गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. कब? एक साल में. दैट्स नोन एज एग्रीगेट डिमांड. एग्रीगेट डिमांड can simply be defined as the total planned expenditure which different sectors in an economy are planning to do on different goods and services during a period of 1 year. That's aggregate demand. After that, the next one, that's known as components. Components of aggregate demand. Aggregate demand के components means aggregate demand is made up of. Look, since I have told you there are 4 sectors present in any economic system, that's household, firm, government, and foreign sector. These different sectors are going to make the expenditure on different goods and services, okay, and they will be also called as components of aggregate demand. Means aggregate demand is made up of, number 1, consumption expenditure, that's denoted by C. Now what's consumption expenditure? Consumption expenditure is related to the demand of household. What household is going to purchase different goods and services during a period of 1 year. The thing is, first we have to define it. Consumption expenditure is defined as a total planned expenditure which different households in an economy are planning to do on different goods and services for the consumption. कंजप्शन करने के लिए, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज को कंजप्शन करने के लिए इकोनॉमी के अंदर जितने भी हाउस होल्ड्स है वो कितना पैसा खर्च करने वाले हैं किसके ऊपर, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज के ऊपर. दैट्स नोन एज कंजप्शन एक्सपेंडिचर. दिस कंजप्शन एक्सपेंडिचर इज रिलेटेड टू द डिमांड ऑफ हाउस होल्ड. सेकेंड वन इज नोन एज इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. That's denoted by I. Investment expenditure can simply be defined as the total planned expenditure which different firms in an economy are planning to do. किसके ऊपर? On different capital goods and services. Capital goods के ऊपर एक फर्म जो है या बहुत सारी फर्म्स जो इकोनॉमी के अंदर प्रेजेंट है वो कितना पैसा खर्च करने वाली है किसके ऊपर, on different capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are used for the capital formation, money formation, okay, or the production of other goods. So this is related to the firm. Again, investment expenditure is defined as the total planned expenditure which different firms in an economy are planning to do on different goods and services during a period of 1 year. The third one, that's known as government expenditure. This is denoted by G. Government expenditure is defined as the total planned expenditure which the government of a country is going to do on different goods and services in order to promote the economic welfare of that country. Economic welfare को प्रमोट करने के लिए, इकोनॉमिक वेलफेयर को एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए किसी भी देश की गवर्नमेंट गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज के ऊपर कितना पैसा खर्च करने वाली है. एग्जाम्पल, गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन एजुकेशन, इट प्रमोट्स द वेलफेयर ऑफ द पीपल. गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू डू द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन health services, it's again going to promote the economic welfare. Government does expenditure on defense. There are so many expenditures which are to be done by the government. Okay, and when those expenditures are called as government expenditure, which is denoted by G. And the fourth component of aggregate demand, that's known as net exports, which is denoted by X minus M. Net exports, the definition is the difference between the exports and imports. Difference between the demand for exports and imports. Exports के ऊपर कौन पैसा खर्च करेगा? Foreigners. Imports के ऊपर कौन पैसा खर्च करेगा? हम करेंगे. ठीक है, इन दोनों का जो डिफरेंस है वो कहलाएगा नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स. तो व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू सम अप, जब इन हम सबको ऐड करते हैं, हम क्या बताते हैं? एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज इक्वल टू C प्लस I प्लस G plus X minus M. This is the formula of aggregate demand. Consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure plus government expenditure plus net exports. So this is aggregate demand, and the next one was what are its components. Now the next topic, that is aggregate demand in two-sector model. Aggregate demand in two-sector model. Aggregate demand in two-sector model. Look, I have told you there are four components of aggregate demand. That's aggregate demand is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. So this is also called as four-sector demand. Four-sector aggregate demand in four-sector model. Okay. Now if I am going to exclude last two sectors, if I am going to exclude this last sector, it becomes aggregate demand in three-sector model. Now if I am going to exclude the government also here, it becomes aggregate demand in two-sector model. Aggregate demand in two-sector model, it simply can be defined as aggregate demand is the function of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. It's not like, you can also put a comma here. Aggregate demand in two-sector model can be defined as aggregate demand is the function of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Okay. Now here some of the assumptions will come into action. Number one assumption will be that it's believed that aggregate demand is equal to C plus I. Let's, for the sake of simplicity, say that aggregate demand is made up of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. But in the real sense, we know that it's made up of four sectors. But since we are discussing two-sector model, that's why we assume that there is completely absence of the government sector and there is completely absence of the foreign sector. Number one. Number two, it's assumed that investment is autonomous. ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट जो है, देखिए इन्वेस्टमेंट दो टाइप्स का होता है. एक होता है ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट, दूसरा होता है इंड्यूस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट. ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट वो इन्वेस्टमेंट है जो हमारी इनकम के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं होता है. ठीक है, चाहे हमारी इनकम हो या ना हो, तब भी ये इन्वेस्टमेंट होता रहेगा इकोनॉमी के अंदर. एग्जाम्पल लाइक देखिए, यहाँ पे ये इन्वेस्टमेंट है, ये इनकम है, ये इन्वेस्टमेंट है. Income 0, 100, 200, 300. Investment. Look at here. When my income is 0, still investment is taking place. When income increases, there is no change in the investment. Why? Because this investment does not depend upon the income. Okay. And whenever there is no change with the level of income in any of the investment, that investment is called as autonomous investment. If we are going to see it graphically, it will be like this. horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. Why it's so? Because when my income was zero, still my investment was taking place. With the increase in the income, there is no change in the investment. Investment remains constant. This is autonomous investment. Now look at here, when I am going to change this autonomous investment into induced investment. When income zero, investment zero, income 150, 70, 90. Look at this. With the increase in the income, my investment keeps on increasing. This type of investment is known as induced investment. So induced investment is defined as that investment which depends upon the level of income. Which depends upon the level of, it will observe this shape. Why? Because with the increase in the income, this investment keeps on increasing. This is known as induced investment. So in our two sector model, we assume that investment is to be autonomous. Investment is to be autonomous. So after this, we are going to derive this with the help of a table and diagram. Income, consumption. If we know the value of income and value of consumption, if we know the value of investment, we can calculate aggregate demand. Okay, because it's equal to C plus I. Our consumption depends upon the level of income. Okay, assume this investment is to be constant. Okay, I can put it any word here, 20, 20. It has nothing to do with this. Now coming to here, income and consumption. I know remember that is a hypothetical table which you have to set. Keynes have given a concept that's known as psychological law of consumption. According to Keynes' psychological law of consumption, he says that with the increase in the income, जैसे जैसे मेरी इनकम बढ़ती है मेरा कंजप्शन भी बढ़ेगा. इट्स अ फैक्ट. जैसे जैसे मेरी इनकम बढ़ती है मेरा कंजप्शन भी बढ़ेगा. लेकिन जिस रेट से मेरी इनकम बढ़ती है उस रेट से मेरा कंजप्शन नहीं बढ़ेगा. जो कंजप्शन की रेट होगी वो हमेशा कम होगी. किससे? एज कंपेयर टू द रेट at which my income is increasing. You are getting me? According to psychological law of consumption, it says that with the increase in the income, consumption will also increase. But the rate of increase in consumption will always be less than the rate of increase in income. Here, that law will be established. We are going to apply that law. Look here, at my zero level of income, when my income is zero, still I am going to do consumption. कुछ तो consumption करूँगा मैं, जिंदा रहने के लिए कुछ तो खाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, वो कहाँ से लाऊंगा मैं वो पैसे? चाहे वो मैं पैसे बारो करता हूँ, किसी से लेता हूँ, तो but I have to consume. Imagine that at zero level of income, I am doing some consumption. When at zero level of income you are doing the consumption, that's called as autonomous consumption. You can define it. It's denoted by C bar. Now, how to define it? Autonomous consumption is defined as that consumption which does not depends upon the level of income at zero level of income, where when there will be some consumption, that consumption will be called as autonomous consumption. मेरी इनकम कुछ भी नहीं है तब भी मैं कंजप्शन कर रहा हूँ, ऐसी कंजप्शन को हम हमेशा बोलेंगे autonomous consumption. Now after that, what's happening? My income is increasing. For example, I am increasing it like this. It's a hypothetical table. You can put the data according to your wish. Now, in the early phase of the life, when my income is low, my consumption will be high. Okay, because a time is going to reach in my life when I am going to match my consumption with my income. Okay. After that, what's happening? उसके बाद भी मेरी इनकम बढ़ रही है. अब जो मेरी कंजप्शन की रेट होगी वो बढ़ तो जाएगी, लेकिन जिस रेट से इनकम बढ़ेगी उस रेट से कंजप्शन नहीं होगा, वो हमेशा इससे कम ही होगा. 280 मानता हूं मैं, ठीक है, और इसको कर दो 360, तो इसको हमने यहां तक ले लिया. ठीक है, जब ऐसा हो गया तो आई कैन make the aggregate demand. I can derive the aggregate demand here. Now look at here, 40 plus 20 is equal to 60, 120. That's 140, 220, 300. It's 380, 460. So this is, I have make a hypothetical table in which I am going to derive the aggregate demand. Now look at here. Now I will make a graph. In the graph, I have to, in the y-axis I will take aggregate demand, consumption and investment, and here I will take the value of income. Now if you observe keenly, investment. The first point that I am going to write down, which I have to explain, because at the end of the day I have to explain the table and the graph. First I will say that aggregate demand is equal to consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. तो पहला पॉइंट में क्या लिखता हूँ, जो हमारी aggregate demand है, that's made up of consumption and expenditure. Okay, according to assumptions, according to the model, it's the name of the model. So the first point that comes in my mind is I am going to write down aggregate demand is made up of consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. The second point, slope of investment curve. Look at the investment and look at its slope. हम क्या लिखेंगे? The slope of investment curve will be constant. Why? Because investment is constant, it does not change with the level of income. तो हम क्या लिखेंगे? Since the investment is constant, it has got a constant slope. Why? Because it does not change with the level of income. Third point, starting point of consumption curve. Starting point of consumption curve. Consumption curve जो है वो कहाँ से start हो रही है? देखिए, ये यहाँ से 40, यहाँ तक तो 20 है, उसके बाद 40 यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं होगा. चलिए मैं इसका नाम देता हूँ पॉइंट ए. ठीक है. एग्रीगेट डिमांड विल ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए बिकॉज वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ ऑटोनॉमस कंजप्शन. ये स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट हम क्या लिखेंगे? एग्रीगेट डिमांड कर्व इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए बिकॉज एट जीरो लेवल ऑफ इनकम देयर इज सम कंजप्शन विच इज नोन एज ऑटोनॉमस कंजप्शन. तो ये जो पोर्शन है इसको सी बार मानता हूं मैं. ठीक है. नाउ थर्ड पॉइंट हो गया. फोर्थ, स्लोप ऑफ कंजप्शन कर्व. कंजप्शन को देखिए कंटिन्यूअसली बढ़ रहा है इनकम के साथ साथ. कंजप्शन कर्व हैज गॉट एन अपवर्ड पॉजिटिव स्लोप. Why? Because with the increase in the consumption, with the increase in the income, consumption also increases. That's why the consumption curve has got an upward positive slope, because with the increase in the income, consumption also increases. Fifth point, starting point of aggregate demand curve. ठीक है. एग्रीगेट डिमांड 60 स्टार्ट हो रही है, तो यहां से मैं स्टार्ट करता हूं इसको. एग्रीगेट डिमांड जो है, एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट बी. व्हाई? बिकॉज एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज मेड अप ऑफ कंजप्शन एक्सपेंडिचर एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. It will always be the combination of these two, and it will always start above this. Okay. Now, and the last point, that slope of aggregate demand curve. Aggregate demand curve जो है उसका slope कैसा है? The slope of aggregate demand curve will always be upward positive slope. Why? Because with the increase in the income, my consumption is increasing, and with the increase in the consumption, that's why aggregate demand will keeps on increasing. So this is all about the two sector model. Hope you have understood. Thank you very much.